Today is Saturday, July 4th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are on the Doctor's Opinion, Roman numeral 18. Out of the 12 and 12, we're on the forward. We'll be reading page 17, and of course read the NA Just for Today and Al-Anon Courage to Change. So with that, I hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. It is Saturday. If you're in the States, it's our Independence Day, and it's Saturday morning as I'm recording this, so I might have to give me a big bowl of cereal here in a little bit. Oh, and speaking of Saturday morning cartoons and everything, my son, he has been asking about Ghostbusters, and that's in my Mount Rushmore. Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorite movies, and he's never seen it. So we have a little tradition, Movie Mondays, where we kind of rotate who gets to pick the movie for the night or whatever, and we all watch it. And, well, this time around, I might have to break that tradition and just go ahead and watch it on Saturday with him, because I think he would love it. And then I'll expose him to the cartoon, the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Anyway, so I hope you all are doing well, and let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Alright, my friends, so if you recall from the last couple of days of reading out of the Doctor's Opinion, first we get an endorsement from Dr. Silkworth saying, hey, you can believe what these guys are saying. I've seen a lot of stuff, and what these guys are saying, talking about the newly recovered alcoholics in this group that's putting this book together, it's effective. And he starts to talk about his theory, the mental obsession and the physical allergy. And he's going to break that down a little bit. And also talk about a power greater than ourselves. So this is a crazy idea at the time, and a very novel idea at the time. But time has proven it to be very effective. So again, we're on Roman numeral 18. We'll start at the top. We believe, and so suggested a few years ago, that the action of alcohol on these chronic alcoholics is a manifestation of an allergy, that the phenomenon of craving is limited to this class and never occurs in the average temperate drinker. These allergic types can never safely use alcohol in any form at all, and once having formed the habit and found that they cannot break it, once having lost their self-confidence, their reliance upon things human, their problems pile up on them, becoming astonishingly difficult to solve. Frothy emotional appeal seldom suffices. The message which can interest and hold these alcoholic people must have depth and weight. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater than themselves, if they are to recreate their lives. If any feel that, as psychiatrists directing a hospital for alcoholics, we appear somewhat sentimental, let them stand with us while on the firing line. See the tragedies, the despairing wives, the little children. Let the solving of these problems become a part of their daily work, and even of their sleeping moments. And the most cynical will not wonder that we have accepted and encouraged this movement. We feel, after many years of experience, that we have found nothing which has contributed more to the rehabilitation of these men than the altruistic movement now growing up among them. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. The sensation is so elusive that, while they admit it is injurious, they cannot after a time differentiate the true from the false. To them, their alcoholic life seems only a normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented, unless they can again experience the sense of ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. After they have succumbed to the desire again, as so many do, the phenomenon of craving develops. They pass through the well-known stages of a spree, emerging remorseful with a firm resolution not to drink again. This is repeated over and over. And unless this person can experience an entire psychic change, there is very little hope of his recovery. Out of the 12 and 12, we are on the forward. We've been getting a short history of AA here. So page 17. Nevertheless, the Infant Society determined to set down its experience in a book which finally reached the public in April 1939. At this time, the recoveries numbered about 100. The book was called Alcoholics Anonymous, and from it, the fellowship took its name. In it, alcoholism was described from the alcoholic's point of view. The spiritual ideas of the society were codified for the first time in the 12 steps, and the application of these steps to the alcoholic's dilemma was made clear. The remainder of the book was devoted to 30 stories or case histories in which the alcoholics described their drinking experience and recoveries. This established identification with alcoholic readers and proved to them that the virtually impossible had now become possible. The book Alcoholics Anonymous became the basic text of the fellowship, and it still is. This present volume proposes to broaden and deepen the understanding of the 12 steps as first written in the earlier work. With the publication of the book Alcoholics Anonymous in 1939, the pioneering period ended and a prodigious chain reaction set in as the recovered alcoholics carried their message to still others. In the next years, alcoholics flocked to AA by tens of thousands, largely as a result of excellent and continuous publicity freely given by magazines and newspapers throughout the world. Clergymen and doctors alike rallied to the new movement, giving it unstinted support and endorsement. This startling expansion brought with it many very severe growing pains. Proof that alcoholics could recover had been made, but it was by no means sure that such great numbers of yet erratic people could live and work together with harmony and good effect. NA just for today, July 4th. We learn that conflicts are a part of reality, and we learn new ways to resolve them instead of running from them. Basic text, page 90. From time to time, we all experience conflicts. It may be that we just can't get along with that new coworker. Maybe our friends are driving us crazy. Or perhaps our partner isn't living up to our expectations. Dealing with any conflict is difficult for recovering addicts. When tempers rise, it is often a good idea to back away from the situation until cooler minds prevail. We can always return for further discussion when we've calmed down. We can't avoid troubling situations, but we can use time and distance to find perspective. Conflict is a part of life. We can't go through our entire recovery without encountering disagreements and differences of opinion. Sometimes we can back away from these situations, taking time to reflect on them. But there always comes a time when conflict must be resolved. When that time comes, we take a deep breath, say a prayer, and apply the principles our program has given us. Honesty, openness, responsibility, forgiveness, trust, and all the rest. We didn't get clean to keep running from life. And in recovery, we don't have to run anymore. Just for today. The principles my program has given me are sufficient to guide me through any situation. I will strive to confront conflict in a healthy way. Courage to Change, July 4th. Tradition 3 reminds me of two aspects of Al-Anon that I cherish. First, I know that I can go to a meeting anywhere in the world and expect to find no other affiliation promoted by the group. The members will not try to sell me on a religion, a treatment program, a therapy, political platform, or anything else. Should any individual in the fellowship discuss any of these with me, I'm free to take what I like and leave the rest. Second, I know that I meet the sole requirement for membership in Al-Anon. I have encountered a problem of alcoholism in a relative or friend. I do not have to dress, act, feel, speak, or work a certain way to belong. I do not have to believe or disbelieve. I am free to be myself. This is a come as you are program. Today's reminder. Al-Anon has come to my support, undiluted and with no strings attached when I have needed it. I hope to pass it on in the same spirit. Tradition 3 explains 2 ways in which my Al-Anon friends and I keep it simple. One is to avoid being diverted from our program by others, and 2 is to welcome into Al-Anon anyone who is suffering from the effects of another's alcoholism. Al-Anon's 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading and some beautiful stuff. Oh man, first of all, I'll try to make this quick. The doctor's opinion really breaks this down on actually the bottom of Roman numeral 18. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. I know I did. The sensation is so elusive that while they admit is injurious, they cannot after a time differentiate the true from the false. Even though I knew it was bad for me, after a while, that rationalization would start to kick in. To them, their alcoholic life seems only a normal one. They are restless, irritable, and discontented. Unless they can again experience the sense of ease and comfort that comes at once by taking a few drinks. You know what would make me feel better? A nice drink right now, just one. Then it says right here, top of 19. Drinks which they see others taking with impunity. Hey, everyone else can drink like normal. After they've succumbed to the desire again, as so many do. So finally, after a while for me, I would talk myself into another drink. I would talk myself into the first drink, I should say. Just one. Come on, man, you deserve it. Or, come on, man, you don't want to feel this right now, do you? This pain or this depression or whatever it is. You know what'll fix that? A drink will fix that. That whole rationalization right there, that's the mental obsession part of it. The mind games, right? That's that insanity, right? Because we know it's bad for us, yet we've rationalized another drink. For me, that's the obsession of the mind. And then as soon as the alcohol hits my lips and I swallow it down and I feel all warm and here we go. Just like it says on Roman numeral 19. After they've succumbed to the desire again, the mental obsession, as so many do, and the phenomenon of craving develops. So soon as that alcohol hits my body, that triggers the allergy, the physical allergy, right? Where all I want to do is drink more and more and more. They pass through the well-known stages of a spree. And then the worst part, for me, is when I wake up afterward. Panicked. What did I do? What did I say? Why did I do that again? It says here, emerging remorseful with a firm resolution not to drink again. This is repeated over and over. Yeah, this cycle for me was years. But there's hope. At the end of the paragraph we just read today, unless this person can experience an entire psychic change. How do you do that? Well, that's what this book is all about. Is that psychic change, that spiritual change, all based on the 12 steps. That spiritual awakening. And they talk about it many times in different wording, psychic change, mental change, spiritual awakening. It's crazy that a doctor back in the 30s would make this claim. And now, nearly 100 years later, time has proven it to be true for so many of us. It's beautiful. And talking about conflict real quick, I love the NA reading today. I love that NA talks about that you cannot avoid it. Conflict is part of life. It's coming. Conflict is coming. It's how we deal with it, right? And a lot of times for me, the reason I respond in a impulsive or nasty way sometimes is either I'm hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So that acronym HALT, NA talks about that. Stop. Don't respond to the situation right off the bat. Distance yourself from it. Take a little bit of time. Digest what's happening first before popping off, right? And then eventually, when my head's clear, I can come back. But I love what it says. Let me get back to it real quick. So when you do come back to the situation, when that time comes, we take a deep breath, say a prayer, and apply the principles of our program that it has given us. What are those principles? Honesty, openness, responsibility, forgiveness, trust, and the rest. We didn't get clean to keep running from life, and in recovery, we don't have to run anymore. When conflict comes, we can apply these principles to our lives. I think about this a lot. Not everybody has a program like this, that forces us to be honest and responsible and focus on our part and to try to de-escalate as much as possible. Not everybody has these skills. But how blessed are we that we do? And we can apply them to any situation of our lives. It's beautiful stuff. But my friends, I've rambled on enough. That's all we have time for today. Please know I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect or denomination. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here another day. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.